Hey everyone, it's 16 Square Big Boss,
And this is 16 squared Leonary.
and we're watching StarCraft 2.
Okay, we've got LiquidTyler, and we've got sixjaxViBE. Now, I don't know very much about sixjaxViBE. I know of him, but I don't know very much about him. I know a little bit more about Tyler, who is part of Team Liquid. And he is the red Protoss in the right side of the map, and we have sixjaxViBE, who is on the left side of the map. Now, I expect to see an early expand from the Zerg because that's commonplace. It looks like he did the extractor trick. That's a little uncommon. That was very popular in the beta, but there was a popular thread on Team Liquid about how it's actually only slightly more efficient and only if you pull it off perfectly. And we have a little bit of a, I think, what's considered an early spawning pool for the Zerg. Usually I think they go for around 13 or 14, just so they can really focus on powering out drones. And we have another extractor trick from the Zerg.
Oh, so what exactly does that do?
It allows you to get out an extra drone without making an overlord. Because when you make a Zerg building, the drone sacrifices itself. And by making the extractor, and then making another drone, and then canceling the extractor, you have more drones over the over your supply limit.
Wow, that's really cool.
And we have LiquidTyler taking his first gas a little late. 17 is a little late. Usually, by then you're building your first cyber core. We have the first Zerglings coming out for the Zerg. And now he should probably feel safe to expand, but his drone is instead chasing away a probe. And there goes, he's waiting for the minerals, and he will expand now. There you go. Now it looks like he's gonna go do some poking around with his Zerglings. I think this Zealot is not gonna finish in time for the Zerglings to... Ooh, there's a hole in the wall that his probe just got through, and the Zerglings are in.
Yikes.
However, that's a very good position for the Zealot to fight the Zerglings from, because they can't get us around on him. And it looks like he's actually going to have to pull probes. And already this isn't looking like a very great start for LiquidTyler. However, he will clean this up, and the game will continue.
Zella has 3 kills.
We have warp gates coming up being researched for LiquidTyler, and he has finally gotten that Zealot to block off that little gap in his wall. But we still have 2 Zerglings running around getting a whole bunch of scouting done, as well as the drone.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, looks like those probes are going to handle that drone though. And we have the sentry there to range out the Zerglings. We have a Roach Warren coming out for Zerg. I know Zergs are just in love with roaches these days. They are very strong. Very good for defense too. And very hard to handle once you get enough of them. It looks like we don't have Zergling speed out yet for the Zerg. Now when they get Zergling speed, then the Zerg just gains so much map control. And it looks like his overlord behind the Protoss's base is going to go looking behind the smoke for some hidden tech. Or it's going to stop right before there. And prove me wrong. We have an expansion coming out for LiquidTyler. He is very sentry heavy to help him protect his expansion, and he is changing his gateways to warp gates. Probably going to warp out maybe another Zealot and some sentries. And this is the common Protoss build I was telling you about before, the 3-gate expand.
Okay.
Getting only 3 gateways leaves you with enough money to expand, and you typically get like 2 Zealots and 6 or so sentries, and the force fields help you protect your expansion. And now he's going to start getting some stalkers. We have Delayer coming up for the Zerg, so he can get his next tier of units like Hydralisks and Mutalisks and move past Roaches. And it looks like he is now getting the metabolic boost, which is the Zergling speed. How do you feel going against Zergs?
I do not like it at all. They're very fast at what they do if they're good.
Yeah, you have it a little easier. You have units that right away can sit behind a wall and just shoot out any Zerglings. And we have, I didn't even notice this, but LiquidTyler researched hallucination, and it looks like he's going to get some scouting information with his hallucinated Phoenix. Now, if sixjaxViBE checks the health on his Overlord, he will realize that it's a hallucination and that his opponent indeed did not go Stargate. And we have a robotics facility coming up for LiquidTyler now. However, it looks like sixjaxViBE's starting to get a decent number of roaches, and he is getting roach burrow. What's your opinion on roaches?
If I'm not fast enough, they will kill me. Wait, so is he going all out roaches, or is he just using them as a defense for now, and then he's taking up into something bigger?
Typically they'll go very heavy on roaches, and it'll help them defend, and they can even harass if they want to, especially once they get burrow. And however, burrow may not be as effective right now because LiquidTyler is getting an observer. However, it still allows them to regenerate health if they retreat, and once again we see an Arcturus Manx statue destroyed, this time by the Zerg. And maybe this time I won't be calling everyone Huck.
Hopefully. So he's splitting up his army now.
And it looks like LiquidTyler is getting out some Immortals to help against the roaches. And he is going very Stalker heavy because both Stalkers and Immortals are good against roaches. However, roaches in this number are always so hard to handle. I hate it. He's going to try and pin some of them in with force fields. However, they can burrow under the force fields.
Oh gosh.
But he doesn't seem to realize that he has an observer, and he's not unburrowing his roaches.
Oh. Looks like the Protoss, LiquidTyler has won this battle. This fight fight off the rest of the Zerglings.
Yeah, you mean roach? Oh yeah, Zerglings. I didn't see those.
Yeah. So Zerg has their second expansion going up. Oh, and so does LiquidTyler just now.
Okay, it looks like we have the second expansion going up for Zerg. It is finished, and I believe he's going to start transferring his drones, or just one drone. And we have the Hydralisk Den coming up for the Zerg. Or it's finished. And we have his Evo chambers. He's going to start getting some upgrades for his units. We have the Forge coming out for LiquidTyler, so he's going to start getting some upgrades too. Interesting fact about Protoss upgrades: if you get level 1 weapons, then your Zealots can actually two-shot Zerglings.
Very nice.
And it makes them so much more effective. Looks like he's getting Zerg missile attacks level 1 and the grooved spines, which increases the range of the Hydralisk's attack. We have Protoss ground armor coming out for LiquidTyler. That's an interesting choice. And we have second expansion for the Protoss player just finishing. He has walled off the open ramp with photon cannons and pylons. And we have LiquidTyler is very active with his observer, having it sent everywhere. And we have a robotics bay coming out for LiquidTyler. That means some Colossus are going to come out. Colossus aren't particularly effective against roaches, however they do outrange them, and Colossus just melt Zerglings. Because Colossi, they have a dual attack, does 30 damage. I believe you have to get weapons too for them to do the one-hit to Zerglings.
Oh my gosh, so...
We have the Zerg taking the gold. But LiquidTyler sees this.
Yep.
What do you think of this? Do you think this is kind of crazy for sixjaxViBE to do, or do you think he can hold it with his Roach count and Hydralisk count?
He might be able to hold it off, actually. Looking at it... Oh, wait, actually? Comparing...
He doesn't have creep spread over there yet.
Yeah, not yet, so if he doesn't... I have no idea what'll happen. This is scary.
He needs to get his creep spread over there because Hydralisks are very slow off of creep.
Yeah.
And not to mention Hydralisks are also... They also melt against Colossi, and LiquidTyler is currently getting his second Colossus. But we have a Spire going down for the Zerg, which means Mutalisks are going to come out, and we have a Nidus Worm being built.
Oh.
And is that another expansion for the Zerg? And there's the Nidus Worm.
There it is.
It popped up in the back of the Protoss' main. These Zerglings are coming out. They're going to destroy all of these probes.
And then what's LiquidTyler's army doing?
He's going to see this robotics bay. Or maybe he won't if he... Oh, he sees the robotics bay. We're going to have LiquidTyler warp in some zealots and try to handle these. However, these Zerglings have speed, and if... He might just... Yeah, he's not going to be able to pick off his Nexus. He should just run these Zerglings and harass them like that. We have Blink being researched as well. We're going to see possibly some Blink harassment.
Looks like the gold expansion's going down.
And LiquidTyler still has not destroyed that Nidus Worm. It is still sitting in his base.
Oh my goodness. Yes, it is.
He has those zealots standing right there. He even has the creep to tell him that it's there. We have level 1 weapons just about to research, so he's going to be that much more effective against those Zerglings. And apparently I missed a major conflict. And sixjaxViBE just GG'd.
Wow, yep.
Those Stalkers were just really effective against those Roaches, as well as the Immortals. I can't believe I missed that major conflict. There's something wrong with me.
Yeah, I was watching it. I noticed the whole battle going on. LiquidTyler just went in and just had those zealots in the base defend.
Well, I guess I got distracted by the in-base attack like I would have in a real game.
Crazy stuff.
Yep. Very good play from LiquidTyler.
That was a very awesome game, actually. Yep.
Yeah. A lot of bases taken, too.
Alrighty, well, leave a comment below if you think we should continue making StarCraft 2 videos, or actually any suggestions on how to make them better. This is 16 Squared Big Boss.
And this is 16 Squared Leonary.
Signing out.